Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, I'll be talking about the pros and cons of being a language assistant. So if you want to know more about this, just keep on watching. To start this video, I want to say na mas maraming pros kaysa sa cons if ikaw ay isang language assistant. So I want to start with the pros first. I have my iPad here, so I listed it down kasi baka makalimutan ko. But disclaimer, this is just based on my experience and other LA that I know na mga experiences nila. So the first advantage that I can think about is you have lots of free time. So if you're in LA sa Madrid specifically, you only need to work 16 hours a week. So that's 4 hours a day. You get 3 days off in total, including Saturday and Sunday. It's up to you or sa school kung Monday or Friday yung magiging off mo. In my case, it was Monday. Marami kang free time kasi 4 hours ka nga lang a day. And in my case, there are days na hindi talaga ako kailangan. So sometimes, Tuesday to Friday na nga lang yung class ko. Wala pa akong class ng Tuesday, ng Wednesday, ng Thursday, or ng Friday. So it really depends sa school na papapasukan mo. But that is the number one pro that I can kind of share aside from the next one, which is you can definitely travel a lot because you have lots of free time. So, ito na yung mga, pagka nag-IG ako, ganyan, may mga magtatanong sa akin, ate, wala ka bang klase? Ate, wala ka bang masyadong ginagawa dyan? Why are you always traveling? Well, yeah, wala masyadong ginagawa. Hence, I get to travel a lot. Pero, syempre, if your priority is to save, then you can save. If your priority is to travel, then you can travel. In my case, my priority was to travel. And so that's what I did. Kaya nga, yung pro number 3 is you can save, but it's up to you how you can manage the money na pumapasok sa'yo because you can get private classes dahil nga marami kang free time. So babalik pa rin tayo dun sa pro number 1 na since you have a lot of free time, you can do whatever you want sa free time na yun, like travel or for additional money, which is private tutoring. Being an LA is kind of prioritizing lang kung ano talaga yung gusto mo while you're in Spain. Kasi I know some na talagang ang gusto nila gawin is mag-travel and yung iba talagang mag-save and yung iba para makakuha ng residence permit. Although I don't know anything about that. Anyways, another pro is less workload. Since we are a language assistant, hindi tayo nag-lesson plan. We are only allowed pag sinabi lang ng teacher. Pero hindi yun parang yung grade natin, yun yung i-take into account nila na grade ng student. It's mostly, in my case, ina-average ng teacher yung grade na ibibigay ko sa student and yung grade niya. So, tsaka hindi natin kailangan mag-calculate ng grades nila. It's the teacher's job talaga. So, in my case, what I do sa school ko is gumagawa ako ng activities. Sometimes not even related sa lesson nila. Like, for 4th ESO, may conditionals sila. I don't need to make activity that is related to the conditionals lesson na ginagawa nila. But, of course, minsan, sasabihin nila, oy, pwede bang i-relate mo naman sa tenses? Or, uy, pwede bang something related to food, to movies, lalo na sa mga primero ESO. So, that's what I usually do. Kaya nga less workload. So, yung mga breaks ko sa school, minsan kasi magkakaroon ka ng break na pag hindi ka kailangan ng second period mo, so may 1 hour break ka. Ang ginagawa ko is dun ko ginagawa yung mga kailangan kong activities for the next day or for the next week. Kaya pagdating ko sa bahay, minsan natutulog na lang ako or nanonood or nagbubook ng flight. Charot. But yeah, so less workload as I said. The 5th one is you can experience different cultures kasi, of course, nasa Spanish setting tayo na school. So, yung mga teachers, may iba-iba silang way of teaching. And aside from the teachers na kasama mo, yung mga other LA which are mostly Americans or British or kung ano pa man, you can also experience or share culture with each other. Hence, it's a nice way to learn about other people's culture and ma-immerse mo yung sarili mo dun sa kung anong meron sa current setting kung nasaan ka. And of course, you can meet other people and meet new friends. Yung mga kasama ko sa school, co-LA ko, we're good friends. We go out sometimes a weekend or kakain kami, ganyan. So, hindi ka lang constricted sa kung saan like puro Filipino LAs or puro ganto ganyan. Magkakaroon ka rin ng chance to immerse in other culture and make new friends. Ang pinaka-pro ko, I think, is yung able to travel and able to save because of you having a lot of free time. Kasi nga 16 hours lang yung work mo. Now, we go to the cons or the disadvantages of being an LA. So, if kagaya ko kayo, pag marami kayo masyadong free time, you get bored. You might feel a little homesick. Kasi, well, ako naman, hindi naman ako na homesick while I was there because medyo sanay akong mag-isa kasi nag-dorm ako before. Hindi ako ganun ka na homesick. But of course, pagka kunwari Christmas, New Year, or whatever, medyo, syempre, may miss mo yung family mo. But it's not to the point where you're parang super sad. That's just me. Pero kung ikaw nga yung tipo ng tao na nabobore because you have a lot of free time, then baka mas ma-homesick ka lalo. So, that's just one con. But I think that's a minor disadvantage. The next one is you might get culture shock kasi iba tayo ng kinalakihan. And then, pupunta ka sa setting na Spanish people are very direct to the point. Like, hindi sila yung paligoy-ligoy. If they want to tell something, they will tell it to you. And baka maisip mo na, ay, nakaka-offend. That's not what they mean naman. It's just that they want everything to be kind of on point, directly, ganyan. So, it's pretty normal. Pero yun nga, if kasi yung mga tao talaga na madaling ma-offend, but like, it's okay kung madali ka ma-offend. It's just that you have to be open na you're not in the Philippines anymore. You have to kind of learn about the Spanish culture because, first of all, you're in Spain and hindi pwedeng ibang tao yung mag-adjust for you. And another con is racism. I have not experienced racism, but I've heard stories na yung school nila, yung sa mga Americans or sa ibang lahi, okay yung pakikisama. But since Filipino siya or Asian siya, medyo, alam mo yun, hindi okay yung treatment sa kanya. So, sasabihin ko na rin dito, medyo may sila sa Asian, like, pagka nakita nilang Asian ka, automatically tatawagin kang Chino, which is Chinese, because they think ang lahat ng Asian ay Chinese, which is not true. Pag naka-experience ka ng racism sa school, I've also heard about yung mga students binubully yung LA because of their race. Maybe mas maganda na wag mo na lang pansinin or raise it to your coordinator and then teach the kid or the student na that's not good, especially high school. Ang naririnig ko madalas is high schoolers na ganun yung ginagawa, which is not good kasi nasa age na sila na they have to understand. So you have to teach them na ganito, ganyan, but in a nice way because we don't want to involve ourselves into problems while being in LA. And I think this is the main con for me and also the reason why I didn't renew for the next school year is because there's no career growth or like developmental growth for me lang naman. Kasi ako, I'm a chemist and of course it's not in my line talaga to teach. Although I can, and it will be a good experience na I had experience in teaching, and if I want to teach chemistry here or wherever, pero, like, if you renew, kung tinapos mo yung renewal period ng ministry, which is 3 years, after that, what? Diba? Parang, I don't see myself continuing this journey nang wala man lang akong nagagawa. You know what I mean? Like, okay, LA ka sa Spain, you earn a lot compared to when you're in the Philippines, but after how many years, tapos naisipan mo nang bumalik or naisipan mo magstay sa Spain, but your career line, kung anong ginagawa mo sa Philippines, is not as popular or hindi siya super patok sa Spain, then what? Diba? Parang, yun. Basta, for me, it's just the career growth. It's important kasi sa akin na after a few years, ganito, ganyan. It's not about the level or position. It's just about reaching something more than what I have or what I am now, if you kind of get it. So, yeah, that is just the pros and cons of being an LA. Of course, marami akong hindi nabanggit. But since as I said, experience ko lang naman to. Isang con din pala is, pag LA ka, yung salary mo or stipend mo is from October to July lang. So, kapag gusto mo magstay sa Spain, you have to think of other means para masustain yung expenses mo while you're in Spain. So, another con is, of course, hindi constant yung money mo. So, pag nag-start lang yung program, dun ka lang magkakaroon ng stipend. So, yung iba ang ginagawa, nag-au pair, which is basically babysitting sa summer. And yung iba din, pumapasok sa mga academies, but most of them require TIN number or something like that, or SSS, parang ganon. So, kung wala ka nun, you have to apply for it. But I don't know how, so maybe you can ask other people about that. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Now that I'm not in LA, I'll be doing different things. So I hope you guys will still watch my video. And yeah, so this is me, my language assistant era, signing off, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!